Correct.
Right.
Always
When I walked into the first Toastmasters meeting, there were only 15 members. I was the 16th.
No, what is the strength in India?
Now in India, there are so many districts.
Oh,
It's
India.
not-
Bangalore.
See,
Just
You will come to know what the Toastmasters
300
is all
plus.
about from one of our members. They will be talking about Toastmasters. So the numbers are huge today. So I think we are fast approaching 7 o'clock. So could I have a quick introduction of yours? Very, very quick.
I am Anand Ramchandra, a civil engineer owning a construction company, and I build your dreams. Also a Rotarian, also an ex-Toastmaster who was practicing for about 2 years and had to discontinue when I took up my Rotary presidency. And I had to rejoin the club, but then Santosh me changed the whole thing and said, when Toastmasters is in Rotary, let it be there and we want you here. Let's just take here, Rotary Toastmasters together, nothing to beat the combination. So that's me.
Thank you so much. So we have a gang of senior people here. To you.
Thank you. Anyway, we are starting the meeting 1 minute early. No, on time. On time. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for spending your precious time with us. We hope to make it worthwhile. As the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting, this is Toastmaster Shu. I have been a recent addition to this club, just about 4 months old, and hope to embark on the journey of self-learning and self-realization amongst such august gathering. Today's theme is keeping the flame alive, and I have something to kickstart this meeting with a song where I want all of you to join with me. Okay, ready for this?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. Thank you so much. Well, this is an English Toastmaster, so we'll have the Hindi version later. Well,
50 years back.
as this is a professional learning organization and a club where we learn by each other's experiences and where all our strengths as well as our areas of improvement are very rightly pointed out and worked upon, we have some etiquettes to follow. Etiquette number 1, please do not leave this room or enter this room while a speaker is on stage. Etiquette number 2, we all have devices like this which are equally good at singing, right? And it so happens that it might distract the speaker on stage. I'll give you 30 seconds to put them on silent or flight mode. And last but not the least, please refrain from discussing about sex, politics or religion, as they might be of controversial influence to the speakers and the purpose of this meeting. With that, I would like to hand over the stage to the presiding officer of meeting number 194 of this club. She needs no introduction, the lioness of this particular club, Professor Suparna Ghoshal, Toastmaster.
I don't say good evening once again. So we are all settled in, warm and nice and snug. Let me do the pre-functionary job first. Do we go by the MOM of the last week? Members who were present for the MOM last week?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And we have already got introduced to the new people who have joined here. Toastmasters, to me, is a journey. I think you will agree to that, sir, because you complete a path, you stumble upon another path, and while you walk on that path, there are all peripheral things which keep coming. It's like a network of words and thoughts and visions and understanding. For example, when I read The Atlas Shrunk by Ayn Rand when I was in 8th standard, my father gave it to me and said, read the book. And I said, will I understand itna mota sa book? He said, read. I read. I didn't understand anything. But what I did, I made a note of innumerable amount of words, right? Standard 12th boards finished. My father bought out the book again. Hello, dearie. Will you read this again? I said, you want me to read the same book? He said, yes, I want you to read the same book. The meaning changed. I read it when I changed my paths from a corporate lady to a person who is into education. The meaning of the book changed again. So, Toastmasters, the language, our lives are exactly like that. You have to adapt to what is coming across to you at that very moment with an extremely positive mindset and an energy. If you don't have that energy, please don't engage into that. As simple as that. If you have an energy, get into it. Then peak performance automatically comes. Absolutely. But if you don't have that, it doesn't make any sense. And to that, I come to the theme of the meeting, which is keep the flame alive. What does this mean? When I look at the world today, skeptically if I look at the world, I forget my positive energies and thoughts. I see the number of mishaps happening. Day before yesterday's newspaper, one of the most enterprising startup ladies murders her own 4-year-old son because she does not want her divorcee husband to meet the child. As simple as that. Right? She travels all the way to Goa, murders the child and is on her way back home and she's caught. Because the driver gave away the points that yes, I'm traveling with a lady who is carrying a bag. Right? And she is one of the most major AI experts, leaders under 40 for India, sits on the board of Harvard, operates her own organization from Bangalore. But when it comes to humans, all these things are of no use. So when I say keep the flame alive, it means what do you want to keep alive? You want to keep alive yourself. Your own thoughts, your own being, your own presence, your own understanding in the world, your own competence, your own loved ones, your love. Your love could be anything different. It did not be your husband, it did not be your child. Your love could be Toastmasters. Your love could be traveling, your love could be painting, your love could be teaching. But that is a passion which needs to be ignited, kept ignited through your lifetime. And age is the smallest factor there. Can totally ignore that factor according to me. Age. Like about 10 years back when they said the new 40s are the new 60s. Today the new 70s are the new 80s. Right? We cannot make out. Like when I travel with my daughter, they can't make out that I'm my mom. Or when my daughter travels with her son, with my son, they cannot make out whether the brother hai or boyfriend hai. It becomes a question mark because we have adapted to the styles of the society. We have adapted to the norms of the society and our behaviors have changed. Today, I don't have the typical mother-in-law. But the mother-in-law is still there. She is there. Right? She is keeping her flame alive. And so is the neo housewife. She is also keeping her flame alive. So dear friends, as I say, as per the theme, if I talk, if I have to keep my flame alive, then I must first of all fall in love with my own self. My own self. My spiritual health, my emotional health, my physical health, my mental health. And then all the four come together, then yes, Suparna Ghoshal is good time. Okay to go. And if one Suparna Ghoshal, even after major mishaps in her life, can stand and talk in front of you, I'm sure all of us are blessed. We can do that again and again and again. And in the process, we can bring in a lot of our youngsters into the foray and take them along with us. And I think as most of us are seniors here, that's the best thing that we'll be doing for the society through our Toastmasters. Train them, guide them, mentor them, be their friend, philosopher, guide, cuddle them, take them along, right? So that's what I do as a teacher, as a professor. That's my job, which I do. So if the theme for the new president, I think the theme has also been given by the new president. He will keep the flame aloft for the club. And that's our promise to him, that we'll be there with him for the next term and on, and it will be wonderful. To take that on, we have the Sanctum Sanctorum of Toastmasters, the Toastmaster of the day, the MC, so to say. The TMOD of the day, who will take forward the meeting. I always think twice when I have to introduce this gentleman, because he has been my mentor in my first pathway. He's just there. And when he is not there, he makes it very clear, I am not there, which is wonderful. Then I know whom to bank on. But there is no dilly-dally in between. But when he is there, he is just there, nudging us, pushing us, putting all documentation into the proper place. Whether it is the youngest of the lot, whether it is the oldest of the lot, does not make any difference to this gentleman. But his nudges make a difference to the club. So may I invite this learned gentleman of Toastmaster Ramdas ji, to take the meeting forward.
Just take the water glass. Thank you, Toastmaster Pranaji, for that wonderful introduction. Hope I live up to the expectations that you told me. And Supranaji spoke about the theme, so I don't need to add anything more. And one thing about Supranaji, if you don't know about her, she speaks impromptu. Give a topic, I think she has got the knowledge here, and just that comes as she speaks. And given a time, she can adapt to the given time and the given audience. This is the great thing as a professor, fine-tuned by Toastmasters. She is a great orator. Let's give a round of applause to Supranaji. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you to this special meeting today. Special because in normal Toastmasters meeting, we have 3 sections. Let me just recap this for the benefit of the guests. In every Toastmaster meeting, we have a prepared speech where the members come prepared at home. They give their speeches here on the stage for 5 to 7 minutes. It's a prepared speech. They're mentored as per, they're preparing as per Toastmaster manual. They come and give the speech here. The second is called impromptu, where we are given topics, some general topics, but speak without preparation. Because in all instances, we will not get chance to prepare and give or present ourselves. So this is very interesting. We'll have a small glimpse of that today in this meeting. The third is called feedback. Feedback is very important because in other places, the feedback means area of improvement. Tell me what are the negative or improvement areas, but in Toastmasters, we believe feedback also includes the strength. Unless I know my strength, I do not know where I'm good at. In fact, there's a study conducted which said that I have to invest on my strength so that I make it the best, and I should be aware of the improvement areas. So we get both of this here. We get our strengths known through another Toastmaster who is a senior member who gives me feedback. Also know my improvement areas where I need to work on. So today we'll not have the general evaluation or evaluation. We'll not have speeches. Rather, we'll have a installation ceremony activity or program done by our area director. Because in Toastmasters, we learn 2 things: communication skills and leadership skills. Communication improves only by practice. However much we read or see the YouTube or see WhatsApp messages now, will remain where we are because it's a knowledge. Skill is something we need to practice. Where will you practice? At home if I practice, who will give me feedback? So this is the forum where we come and practice our communication skills and get feedback, and that's how we improve communication skills. The second is the leadership skills. In fact, the tagline of Toastmasters is about leadership. So how we develop leadership skills in Toastmasters? We all know Toastmasters, almost 100 years old organization, was initiated by Ralph C. Smetley, a great visionary. Way back in 1924, he thought that there should be a forum to improve communication skills to the entire world, not only to a small area in US. There has to be a team to lead this, and the team is called Executive Committee Team or EXCOM team, which will have a term of 6 months. Because in non-profit organizations like ours, Toastmasters, we're not paid to do any roles, so we'll have a lot of enthusiasm in the beginning for 1 or 2, 3 months, but it may trade off over a period of time. So in Toastmasters, every committee has a 6 months term. So today, a new committee is taking over the responsibility of running this club for 6 more months. So today, the installation ceremony is done to install the new committee. So we'll have installation ceremony today, and we'll have, being a special meeting, we'll have a keynote speech. So to start the installation ceremony, we have the officer, Area 3 Area Director. She is from Mount Carmel College, and I knew Mount Carmel College way back because Deepika Padukone is also from MCC. And how I know Deepika Padukone? Before she became model, she is from our place near Kundapur. That's how I knew her. And she's from MCC. That's how I know that college. She is a teacher, having graduated from MCC. She has taken a lot of roles in her MCC Toastmasters Club. She was a president as well. Area director has to be president, then she can become the area director. And she has participated in many contests. She has gone up to the division level. Prolific speaker. So it's my pleasure to welcome the installation officer for today, Toastmaster Sakshi Sanjay Talreja.
You so much. A very good evening to all the members and guests present here. It's an absolute pleasure to be a part of this club. Before I actually start the installation ceremony, I would like to congratulate the club on achieving 8 distinguished club points. So kudos to the previous EXCOM members as well as the current. I now request the outgoing officers to please stand or turn on their video in case they are online. President, Toastmaster Suparna. Vice President, Education, Toastmaster Atmika. Vice President, Membership, Toastmaster Banu. Vice President, Public Relations, Toastmaster Vishal. Secretary, Toastmaster Aditya. Treasurer, Toastmaster Vishesh. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Santosh. And immediate past President, Toastmaster Vishnu. You are discharged from all the further duties as officers of NITK Beehive Club, and you are discharged. You may please take your seat now.
Thank you so much. Relieved.
I request the elected officers to please stand and come forward and join me on stage as I call your name. I also humbly request the audience to please withhold your applause till the installation ceremony is not done. Current President, Toastmaster Saikar. Vice President, Education, Toastmaster Ramdas. Vice President, Membership, Toastmaster Santosh. Vice President, Public Relations, Toastmaster Admika. Secretary, Toastmaster Vishesh. Treasurer, Toastmaster Sudipto. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. And immediate past President, Toastmaster Suparna. I am here to install the officers of NITK Beehive Toastmasters Club and to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. Their collective challenge is to make this club strong and dedicated to helping people from all walks of life to speak in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity, and passionately lead to help many individuals. Each officer is obliged to attend club executive committee meetings, attend district sponsored club officer training, that is TLI, prepare a successor for his or her respective office. I request each officer to hold the gavel as a symbol of leadership. As I briefly describe the challenges she or he must meet and the responsibilities she or he must fulfill. Since we do not have a gavel, I request you to please place your right hand over your chest. Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. As Sergeant at Arms, your responsibilities include you have to arrange the meeting space and equipments, maintain club equipment in working order, ensure that adequate club supplies are available, set up the virtual room before the meeting begins, take care of waiting room and allow only authorized attendees, lock the meeting room if need be once meeting commences, ensure to take care of online meeting controls and meeting recordings if need be. Make sure that all relevant educational and PR materials are displayed. Attend to special equipment needs, greet guests, and help the president to make sure that the meeting begins on time. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you. Toastmaster Sudipto. As treasurer, you are expected to keep financial records and prepare the club budget, announce when it's time for members to pay dues, explain the due structure to every member, collect dues, work with the secretary to ensure that the club submits the dues on time to Toastmasters International World Headquarters. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you. Since Toastmaster Vishesh is not here, I request President to please take the oath in place of him. Toastmaster Vishesh, as Secretary, you maintain an accurate membership roster. Work with the Treasurer to ensure that the new member application and dues get to Toastmasters International World Headquarters as soon as possible. Submit the new club officer list to Toastmasters International on time. Work with the Treasurer to submit your club's semi-annual report and dues to Toastmasters International on time. Take care of noting down the attendance for meetings and provide the club with minutes of each meeting. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Also, since Toastmaster Atmika, who is the Vice President Public Relations, is not here, I request you to take the oath on behalf of her. Toastmaster Atmika, as Vice President Public Relations, you are expected to attract visitors to the club through free publicity. Use a variety of means to promote the club and its members in as many mediums as possible, such as digital, print, TV, internet, or newspaper. Enlist your fellow club members in PR activities, providing them with promotional materials and ideas for inviting guests. Recognize their achievements with methods such as announcements, newsletters, emails, and articles that you submit even for the district bulletin. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you. Toastmaster Santosh. As Vice President of Membership, you are expected to lead the club's membership building efforts, help members with any requirement during their journey, listen to their grievances, and provide emotional support if need be. While the VP of PR motivates people to visit your club, you motivate the current members to invite guests. You promptly give new member application and dues to the secretary and treasurer. You personally greet guests and provide them with guest packets, including a membership application. Make sure each guest hears about the benefits of Toastmasters and the benefits that your club gives and gets a personal invitation to become a member of this club. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you. Toastmaster Ramdas. As Vice President Education, you are expected to gain commitments from members to set educational goals for themselves. Assure that club members are aware of the schedule of meeting rules. Plan meetings that will assist members in meeting their individual goals. Work with your club members to keep meetings fun and well run. Work with your members to ensure that they submit their applications for educational awards promptly. Provide for educational topics at club meetings. Represent your club at the area and district council meetings. As the second highest ranking officer, you will preside over the meetings when the club president is absent. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Toastmaster Saikat. As president of NITK Bihar Toastmasters Club, you are the chief executive officer. Thus, you will preside at all club meetings and all meetings of the club executive committee. It is your challenge to see that this club adds new members and meets the needs of its current members to achieve their communication and leadership goals. You will establish a club climate that is supportive, stimulating, and rewarding to its members. You will realize that among the resources available to your commitment is only towards your fellow club members, officer team, area director, division director, and District 92 officers, as well as the officers of Toastmasters International Headquarters. Toastmaster cycle. You hold the gavel as a symbol of the power and authority that your club has given you during your term of office. I am confident that you will use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force and rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all its members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. You will work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which everyone will be proud of. Toastmasters Cycle, as a member of NITK Beehive Toastmasters Club, as well as its leader, you will work with your executive team and club members to make this a vibrant and a rewarding club this term and help every individual with honesty, loyalty, and empathy. Will you do this to the best
Yes,
of your
I
ability? Thank you. Toastmaster Saparna, as IPP, you are expected to support the club as and when required. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you. I now request the members of the club to please rise. Members of the club.
It will be
You better be.
We are yet to be. I'm being a member. Anyway, I'll stand up.
Dear members of NITK Beehive Toastmasters Club, your officer team has just pledged to serve this club to the best of its ability, to be the best Toastmaster club possible and to meet the needs of all its members. Your club will need your active participation as well as your support. Do you, as members, pledge to work together with your officer team to make NITK Beehive Toastmasters Club the finest Toastmasters club it could possibly be?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Please take your respective seats. By the authority vested in me as the area director of Area A3, Division 8, District 92, it is my pleasure to declare these Toastmasters officers installed in their respective club offices. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to the NITK Beehive Toastmasters Club Executive Committee for the term January 2024 to June 2024. Before I hand over back to the TMOD, this is something that I wanted to give both the presidents. Being a member of MCC and then graduating and not having a club and having NITK open their hands and welcome me with all love and support. This is a small gesture, me being the area director, this is for the club. This
Thank
is
you
for
so
the
much.
whole
Thank
club
you
of
so
the area
much. We
director.
need your participation. More
Thank you so
participation.
much, and this is for the club.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Back to Toastmaster.
Let's give a round of applause to our area director. Yeah, for the benefit of the guests. This is the new team which is going to take responsibility of running this club. So we prepare the role takers for next week. We talk to the members. We prompt them, inspire them, motivate them. Because all are working professionals. We're all busy. For them to prepare speeches, take up the roles, this team works behind the scene. And what you see here is a meeting, but behind the scene is this team is going to work. And as I said earlier, working as a leader in a non-profit organization is the best learning experience. Because in a company where, for example, I'm working, I have the authority to control my team members because I'm controlling their promotions or salary, everything I'm controlling. But here, nobody is paid. Why somebody should listen to me? I may be the president, I may be the VP. Nobody need to listen to me. So we learn here to motivate and inspire members so they come here and learn and improve themselves. So this is the team working behind the scene. And if a club grows to various heights, this is the team which is going to work behind the scene. Now, the incoming president will share what vision he has for the club. Already the EXCOM team has met earlier and charted out the plan for the next term. So, to introduce the already president who is installed, he is a Rotarian, he is a musician, he is very hardworking and very dedicated. So, please help me welcome the president of our club, Toastmaster Saikat Nandu.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's like deja vu because 6 months back, this is for the second time again I'm getting the opportunity to serve the club. Thanks to all the members of NITK Beehive Toastmasters Club. Thanks to DTM Prabhakara sir, DTM Ramlal sir, and DTM Emu Bhatt sir, and all the guests present here. There's a saying: the function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not the followers. This is our motto also. New leadership team, we need to create more leaders for the next term, for the future. This is the new team already have gone through. Our future goals are bifurcated into two parts. One is club growth, one is member growth. What is club growth? First, I'll explain that. But before explaining that, I'll share one of the story. Timer, we have enough time, right?
You have 5 minutes total
Overall.
for you.
Okay. So one story I'll share. A lot of people ask me why you're going to a installation ceremony with the black color shirt or anything black. Why? You should wear something vibrant color, white or something very vibrant. So I remember one story. There is a famous rock band in Calcutta. It's called Fossils. They are always wearing black, deep black t-shirt, black shirt everywhere. So one person asked that why you are wearing the black throughout. Then their front man Rupam, he replied that we are wearing the black because we want to observe all the black things, all the dirty things from you. So a leader, true leader, always takes something more blame to become a good leader. So this is an example or a story. This is a real life story. So now, as a leadership team, what we will do in next term, 6 months term? So bifurcated in two parts: club growth and membership growth. These are the plan for club growth. Mission and vision of Toastmaster. We have mission and vision of Toastmaster. So that we need to will provide the supportive and positive environment to our members to become a good orator, communicator, and leaders. Definitely. So this is the first motto. Then the club success plan. In the last term, already the leadership team, ExCom team, shared the club success plan. We will follow the same. If anything we need to change, we will share with the area director. So third is the distinguished club program. This is very important. I'll explain this why. First, we'll say this. This is very important. There is a distinguished club program. That is a 10 distinguished point we are getting. So already the previous ExCom team, thanks to president and the previous ExCom team, I'll take a little bit more time because we have some buffer. We have already got 8 distinguished point. Kudos to you and your team. So now you can see that in the educational point of view, achieved all the awards. But still, we need to work upon that. In the membership, we need to add some members. And in the training part also, the TLI is coming. Area director will share the date. We need to attend the TLI program. So we are standing in a very good situation now. So we are going to achieve the President Distinguished Club. This is consecutive for the 3 times we will achieve. last 3 years we got the same award, President Distinguished Club. Maybe this time 10 out of 10 DCV point we will get. So thanks to the previous team. The club promotion. As we are doing the newsletter, last time also we printed our newsletter. One recent newsletter is under the print. I think it's coming anytime you can receive the newsletter. Publicity. What we decided that we'll now for every level, if someone is completing one level, level 1, level 2, level 3 or level 5, we'll share the poster in the different group. To motivate one is to motivate the speaker. Second, to publicize our club, that our club is doing something. Then another is speechcraft. I'll explain later on what is speechcraft in smaller version of Toastmaster. I'll explain later on. And we are planning to, we have already started, we are planning to conducting the corporate meetings, demo meeting with the corporate houses. We have already did once last term with the help of Toastmaster Rashmi B. And this term also next within 10 days we are conducting another corporate meetings. And definitely linkers meeting and open house we are planning to conduct this year. There is a club officer's roles, certain roles given by the Toastmaster. So all the club officer, as we took the oath, all the club officers needs to follow that. And there is a club officer task also. There is some day-to-day task and some calendar-wise task. That will be, I'll share. How much time left?
Your answer. As a president, you are
Yeah. Now, time is very much important. President is not about the time. So now this very important part, the education program and planning. This is one of the important pillar of Toastmaster. The education hours and recognition. Whoever, as I said, whoever will achieve the level or pathways will share those posters in the group. And awards, there is a triple count award for the new Toastmaster and guests we are revealing that if anyone completing 3 levels in a Toastmaster years, that is from July to June, they will get the triple crown. So a lot of new members and so this is for the new members and a lot of old members also. There will get 3-4 members will get this triple count for this term for sure. We are encouraging the members. Please go ahead for that. Education session, that is a pending thing. You need to invite a lot of speaker from outside or Toastmasters from outside of the country. We can do the online education session also. That is in the plan. And member engagement, this is very important. This is part of orientation also. New members, they are joining the Toastmaster, but they are not enrolling them in the Toastmaster pathway. It is very important. That we will do with the diligent, that is with the VP Education, Toastmaster Ramdas Bhatt. We are planning a lot of things for this thing, orientation. And mentoring. Another very, this is important pillar, I would say sub pillar. I got my mentor sitting here, Toastmaster Santosh Kejriwal. So he is like that. Whenever I call him, he'll pick up my phone and he will make the thing very easy. So I can discuss anything with him. So mentor is very important, at least for the first pathway. So he or she will hold your hand. So we'll make sure that every new members will get the mentor for sure. And orientation. So we'll do orientation of each and every members. We'll take them to the journey and the journey of the Toastmaster website and we'll give all the illustration to them. And last but not the least, buddy leaders. That is one of the unique thing that is last 2 years back also introduced. I think very few clubs introduce this buddy leaders thing. So again, we are going to introduce buddy leaders. What we are doing? That we are creating 5 or 4 groups. Each group there will be one leaders. And we will assign some roles to them. They need to participate in this role, maybe our club and others club. Accordingly, they will get the points. In the last time, our team won the match or this competition, and I got the highest point, 179 points. So be careful. I'll again beat every group and with my team.
It's a disbalanced team.
My team. Okay, definitely. And
All good ones in his team.
last time it was only me. No one was there. These two are there. Only Suparnaji and I was there in my team. So okay, that we'll discuss later on. I believe with the help of the new XCOM team, VP membership, VP education, and Miss Canva, our Miss Canva, Toastmaster Atmika Bhatt, with the help of them, all this treasurer, secretary, SA, with the help of them, definitely our NITK Behind club will grow and glow like my baldy head. So that's all. Timer is showing the card continuously, red card. So I need to hand over the baton to MC, the Toastmaster, Ramdas Bhatt sir. Thank you.
So we heard the plan for this term by the incoming president, and I'm sure, being working corporate, he'll be tracking this in meticulous way. Give a round of applause to our president, Saika Sandhi. Now let's get into the most awaited session of listening to someone to gain more knowledge on a different topic. So let me introduce the speaker. He is 15 years of tailoring financial landscape to needs of clients. He is author of 4 financial books. He is holder of 80 plus certifications. He is visionary in income focused wealth management. He is a Rotarian. He is intergenerational planner. You get to know all this from the speaker. He is a CFO of Marvella Global Financial Services. So please help me welcome keynote speaker for today, Rotarian Sandeep N. Shetty.
Thank you, Mr. Ramdas. Today I'm very happy to stand in front of Warren Buffett. And also in front of Toastmasters and my dear friends and guests. Let me begin. So many people says, if I say what is estate planning, there's some people says that do you do something related to property? No, property is different, estate is different. I'll tell you what is estate. Estate is whatever you own, and whatever you own after you die is a part of your estate. Transferring that estate from one generation to multiple generation, this process is called estate planning. So today's topic is essence of intergeneration planning or estate planning. Both are same, and your final decision. This is your final ultimate decision in the financial aspects. Before I get into my presentation, I want to tell about my brief story about what I do. Last month, I was retired. Don't get me wrong, retirement is different and old age is different. Old age doesn't mean that you are retired. Retirement is a lifestyle which you can afford or not. Agree with me? Okay. During retirement, you can do whatever you love. You can multiply by 10x. That is what I'm doing. I love finance. I'll multiply by 10x during my retirement age. My story, I'm an engineer. I'm not a finance guy. I'm an engineer. When I was 25, I was married to a rich girl. Arranged marriage, not a love marriage. Within 2 years, I started a business. I lost 70 lakhs. That time I went to Madivada Lake to commit suicide because my life has become upside down. I came to Bangalore with a vision of getting a very good lifestyle, but everything is gone for the toss. At the bench, I sat and I realized what went wrong. If I knew that my loss was 1 year back, if my loss was at 35 lakhs, I could have stopped it by then itself. I didn't do that. Then I understood why I didn't do that. Because I don't know anything about finance. Normal traditional business owners, how we do? How much what is the income, what is the expense, how much income we pay to the vendors. That's all we know. I was not even knowing that there is a three statements of financial statements are there. Then I understood for all the root cause is lack of good financial management. After realizing that there is no turning back, now I'm a financial advisor with purpose and passion driven. That is my story. And now, as you know, I have 80 plus certifications in financials, both in corporate and personal finance. Okay. Estate planning. There are 6 major benefits in estate planning. Who has to do this estate planning? If you have any asset to be transferred to the next generation or next beneficiary, then you need to do the estate planning. The 6 major benefits are, you can ensure that children are out of social services. Say for example, if mother and father are not there, who has to take care? We assume that the grandparents has to take care? No. As per Indian Succession Act, grandparents doesn't have, especially in Hindus Act, grandparents doesn't have the rights to look after the grandchildren. Court has to decide if you don't have the will. Okay? You can inherit the wealth without any delay, without any promote process. You can get your wealth easily transferred to the next generation. You can be the net worth efficient. You can plan for charitable goals. If someone is disabled, who has to take care of him? Whether it's a child or elderly parents, who has to take care? We can plan that, and we can also ensure there is a business continuity in your wealth. Number one biggest asset, number one biggest mistake, what we see in the market is most of the wealthy families, or anyone for that matter, they are asset rich and cash flow poor. The economy, people don't understand how it works. If you just keep on investing and if you don't work, you ultimately turn up into a liquid cash poor and asset rich. So let me create a stream of consistent income for your future generation in estate planning. Would you like that? Yes. There are 7 aspects in the estate planning. People knows only the legal aspects. I need to do a draft or do some tax planning, that's all they think. No. There are another 5 layers to that. The first aspect in the estate planning is the legal. The will, as you know, the will would be executed after you pass away. There are one living will is there. That is when your brain is dead and you are still alive, that time the living will would be executed. Then the trust. The trust, can someone tell me why do people go for the trust? Second?
Trust, tax benefit definitely is one of the major advantage.
Okay.
Tax point of view.
Okay, let me please stick to one answer.
Yeah.
So why people go for the trust? I'll tell you. Why not for the will? I'll tell you. Because in the trust, what happens is the title and ownership, the title and control divides. Say for example, I'll write a will to the Sakit, and my kids says that they will challenge in the court. And if they challenge in the court, with the court order number, each and every person in the world can see what is the fight between my son and Sakit and my property. And for the trust, Indian Succession Act is not applicable because you are not the owner of the asset. You are already moved to the trust. It splits the ownership and control. I can move all my assets to the trust and still I can control as a trustee, complete. Or a settler, I can control it. So most rich people wants to go for a trust because they don't want their family story to be open. They want to keep it private, their affair. Indian Succession Act is not applicable to the trust.
And which legal act is applicable?
That Trust Act, 1972 Trust Act.
Is it as strict as the Indian Penal Act?
No, it's like a company act. Trust is like a company. You set up a trust, you move all your assets to the trust, you will act as a settler, then you will find your trustworthy person as a trustee, then all the enjoyment would be given to the beneficiaries.
One question here.
Yeah.
This is coming under Company Acts or something?
No,
else?
Trust Act.
Trust Act.
Companies Act is different. I have another one
Yeah.
small question. Now you were saying suppose anybody transfers to a trust.
Yes.
Now
There are 17 family members
Let me
can
finish.
transfer. Yeah.
No, let me finish.
Mm.
Now suppose I transfer my property to the trust.
Mm.
Now who is the owner of that property and who is the trustee? You say we can transfer it to, I mean the trust can transfer to whomsoever they want or to your successor or something.
Yes.
Then how do you define that?
Yes. Once you move all your assets to the trust, you are called as a settler. You are a settler.
What is the settler?
The person who gives their assets to the trust is called as a settler. And the trust, whatever as per your wishes, letter of wishes, the trustee has to execute those trust.
Again,
Then
that
it
means
will-
you give a will to the trust. That's what
No,
it
it's
is.
not a will. Through will also you can assign your properties to the trust. For example, through will if you assign, there is no, for the immovable property there is no stamp duty. In Karnataka it is 1% for the immovable properties to transfer. If you pass through the will, that is executed after we pass away, that time there is no stamp duty 1%.
Only registration charges.
Yes,
there to
yes,
register.
yes, yes.
So the settler has got the power to appoint the trustees.
Yes, yes. And it has the
And
power
what is the
to.
trust known as? I mean, who forms a trust? Like the settler you're saying is.
So your name is?
Sanjay.
Okay, we can form like a Sanjay trust, something like that. There are two types of trust. One is private trust and one is charitable trust. Okay, in the charitable trust, again there are two types. I am telling only the essence of it. I am not going in detail. Privately I can do it because I have only 20 minutes. In the charitable trust, there are two types. One is operating and non-operating. Most of the trusts in India are non-operating. That means they just put a lump sum of the amount and they identify their causes and they choose the NGOs which aligns to that value system. This is non-operating trust. Another is the operating trust. Operating trust, they only manage the fund, they only give to the beneficiaries, they only identify the causes and they do it. 52% of the trust in India are operational and 48% of the trust are non-operational in India. And if we need to raise the funds, we need to go to the non-operating trust to raise the funds as a Rotarians, not for the operational trust. And second part of estate planning is a tax. The purpose of tax planning in estate planning is to reduce the tax liability and use that tax amount, whatever we saved, and put it back into the retirement planning. That is the major purpose of the tax planning in the estate planning. And the number one and number two, generally we don't take care of it. I'm an estate planner. I'm not the legal advisor or tax advisor. Even though I know little bit, I leave to the tax advisors and estate attorneys. This is very important, the inheritance. In the inheritance, we need to ask 4 questions. Who is the beneficiary? After I am gone, who has to inherit my wealth? Okay. The second question we need to ask is, do they get assets? And also whether I can give the control of the assets to them. And the third point is, if they get the control of the assets, do they get to consume the income of the assets? If yes, for how many years? And is there any multiple beneficiaries? If yes, what is the percentage distribution? These are the 4 questions we need to ask. Say for example, second one, do they get assets and do they get control of the assets? In some families, what they do is they give the property in the name of their children and they write that they can control the assets but they can't sell the assets. They can enjoy the income of that asset, that's all. And in some cases, they will give the control of the asset also and also they will allow their children to enjoy the income also. In this, if children wants to sell, they'll sell it off. Most of the cases, they sell it off after few decades or few years. So in the inheritance, always the question is not how much we get or how much we pass on to the next generation. How we pass is more important than what we pass to the next generation. I'll give one example. So, is it right here?
Yeah.
Let us assume me and Anand are brothers, and Santoshji is our father. Anand, Sandeep. Anand has one kid, Sandeep has two kids. We are all in the same joint family, same house and same business. Santoshji is a rich man, has 100 crores. How much Anand gets? 50 crores. What Sandeep gets? 50 crores. And Anand kid, my nephew gets how much? 50 crore. How much my kids gets? 25. We are all in the same family, same business. Me equally worked as good as Mr. Anand worked in the business and in the family. I shared the responsibility with Anand. But my kid is getting only 25 crores. Anand kid is getting how much?
50.
Is this fair? As per legal, it is fair.
There is no harm. It is okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But what? And my son goes to Santosh, is the grandfather. He will ask, Tata or grandfather, do you love me? Yes. Do you love all three of us equally? He says yes. Then give the blessings also equally.
Blessings of what?
Amount.
That's not true. See, the 100 crores are divided between Anand and Santosh, not the kids, right? And then whatever
Whether he
divided
loves
between
equally,
Anand,
whether he loves
let me
equally,
finish.
yeah.
It's divided between Anand and Santosh, right?
Yes.
Of the Santosh's 100 crores are divided between Anand and Sandeep, right?
Yes.
So they get 50-50. Then Anand gives to whom and you give it to whom, it depends totally on you. So it's absolutely fair. Now you have 10 kids, they get 10 crores each or 5 crores
And
each.
my son, then my son starts to eat the Anand son, and my
That is
son
different.
doesn't value his grandfather.
That is different. That is immaterial.
Correct? So the Mahabharata and Ramayana starts if you don't do it when you are
That is
alive properly.
immaterial. That is not related.
That is possible in the inheritance planning. That is what I
What
mean.
he's saying is, have more kids.
No, what you're saying is not related.
Yes, I'll tell you. So how generally we need to do it is, if you don't do it, if you think properly, it has to be divided as a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. It's not about what you give, it is about how you give and how you are valued each and every
No,
grandchildren.
then
when
he
you are
decides
given-
to give.
Yes,
Sandeep.
that is possible. Instead of the 50%, we can do it as a percentage wise.
Then he decides. Santosh decides. He may give 100 crores to one person.
Correct.
He may divide in 3. He may divide in 2. That is his decision.
Yes.
No, when you have given 50 crores here, 50 crores there,
Santosh's job is done.
yeah,
Finished.
the job is done.
But his blessings for the grandchildren is not done.
No.
Blessings are not done by
Blessings is not done. See, Ramayana and Mahabharata starts
No,
from there.
how will you make?
Okay, I'll take the questions later. But in the inheritance planning, this is possible.
No, how will
Instead of
you
flexibility is there. If you want like this, I can do it.
Good one.
See, there is a flexibility is there. That is what I
Just go to
want.
Santosh, do you love me or
Okay. Attention please. What my point is, there is a flexibility is there. If you have wishes to give it as a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, that is possible. What is the
How is it
planning is?
possible?
How is it possible? I've got only 2 sons.
Yeah, it's already given. Anand and Santosh, 50-50 is already given. Then now how will you
In the
go
letter
back?
of wishes, you can write it.
Huh?
So what is estate planning is, it is executing as per the letter of wishes. If you want the same way, I can do it.
letter of
If you want my
wishes,
1/3,
nothing is
1/3 also, I can do it.
nothing else. It is the same as a will. You can do whatever you want. Call it letter of wishes, call it as a will.
No, I'll give you 50 crores now and 50 crores to him. But when you get your kids,
And I'll give one
your
more
50
example.
crore
Anand.
becomes one.
See, I'll give one more example. There's one example in the inheritance plan, and I'll give this later. And many times we'll think that inheritance and succession plan are both the same. Who is to inherit the business? I have 2 sons. Okay. Generally, in the Asian world, the male children, the eldest children, the child inherits the business or this thing. But many of us don't understand what is the difference between inheritance and succession. If my eldest son is not capable, why should I make him CEO? In the interest of company, it is not a good choice, right? So the succession is transfer of power. Inheritance is transfer of assets. Many of us don't understand the difference. that is also part of the inheritance. If my son is not capable, we should give the inheritance of the assets. We should not transfer the power. That is succession. Succession we can look at even outside of the family members also. I'll give one more example in the inheritance. The same one. Let us leave this the grandchildren. We have only one house. As per the example. Who is to inherit? Anand or Sandeep? Anand says, I am the eldest son of Santosh ji, so I have a lot of emotions in this house. And Sandeep says, it's okay, it has a lot of value in the market, I want to sell it. And if we both gets into dispute and we'll go to the court, and court says that you sell it and get amount divided.
Sell. That's the easiest way.
Who cases emotions?
See, again, I think
Estate planning
monetary.
is equal to emotional planning.
No, I don't think
It's
so.
how we value.
Because I think emotions are behind now. Everybody is
No, that is
running after
possible.
money
Now the other route is I buy you out kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yes, he has to buy me.
Yes.
So where is the
Another
money?
thing is whatever is the value you
In the
pay, you
estate
take,
planning,
you
as
take.
I said, we are all asset rich and cash flow poor. To buy me out, where is the money? Okay. Next is the charity planning. We all become rich because of the mass people, not from the rich people generally. Because for the middle class and lower middle class, the 100 rupees if I earn, most of it I'll spend it. I'll buy it. If the rich, not even 1% I'll consume. Rest all, I'll put it back in my business or put it back into my wealth accumulation. In the US, even in the India, it is correct. If you don't take society into your company's growth, you're bound to fail. You're bound to fail. It's a good karma. If people think that you're keeping all the profit and you're not sharing it with the society, and if they stop supporting you, you're gone in the seconds. The karma, whatever good deeds you do, will eventually come back to you. So I can help you here for the two ways. The recent study says that most of us wants to give it back to our society after we die. After we die, our asset we want to give it. And that study also says that many of us wants to give when we are alive also. There are two challenges. One is you want to donate and have a lot of money. How to do the sustainability? Charity. That I can help you out. In that short term, medium term and long term, how to do it. And second one is, in the charity there is a saying is that the intention of giving is more important than how much you are going to give. You want to donate but you don't have enough money currently. How to do it? This also will address in the estate planning. So retirement planning is a very long and complicated subject. I'll keep it very short. How much time I have, Chandrasekhar?
So you have another.
Including the Q&A.
15 minutes?
No.
10 minutes more.
10 minutes,
10
okay.
minutes including Q&A.
Okay. So, many of us want to retire before the standard age of retirement, that is 60 or 65. Here, rule of thumb of retirement, I'll tell you. There are 6 types of income what we have. One is dividends from the equity, then coupons from the bonds, interest from the FDs, then the income from the social securities, and retirement planning, and rental yields from the property. And generally, we need to save 20% of our total income towards the retirement planning to take care of yourself. Now, another very good case study I want to share. Listen, I want to give you 10 million, or I'll give you 10 crores or 50 lakhs every year. Lump sum 10 crores or 50 lakhs every year. Which one would you like to choose?
50 lakhs.
Why?
Because that you are giving every year, right?
Yes. Even if you destroy it, again you're going to get next year 50 lakhs. Third year also will get it. Fourth year also get it. Fifth year also will get it. Most of times we generally, because entire world runs on the asset accumulation, asset preservation and asset distribution strategy. If you think very deeply, it's always about income accumulation, income preservation and income distribution. That logic, how it applies here, I'll tell you. Generally, if we give our assets to the next generation, for example, 10 crores worth of property to the next generation, who's going to live in that 20-30 years old property? Even if I want to live, I enjoy it for 1 year or 2 years, then my aspirations are different. To fund that aspiration, I need gift of cash, not gift of kind. Statistics says that 80 to 85% of your assets are sold within a decade. So even the 5%, if you look, even if it is 5% of 10 crores, that is 50 lakhs. If you give it year on year, that funds your next generation's aspiration. Even you know this third generation syndrome. The first generation starts the business, second generation flourishes, and third generation destroys it. Why? Do you think they are fool than us? They are not intelligent? No, they are better than us. They are intelligent. I am intelligent than my grandfather. I am working very hard than my grandfather. But my aspiration is different. Their aspiration is different. They don't allow me to go and start another business. So, the wealth diminishes. The last, I'm just giving one-on-one case studies, but it's a very deep subject by itself. Sakit,
Yes.
what do we generally leave to the next generation? Asset or net worth?
Depend upon the person to person. I mean,
Generally, what do we give?
we can leave legacy also. Whatever we earn, what something new we did for the society, that we live. These are all about person.
In this two, what do we generally give?
Assets or
I think net worth.
Net worth. Perfect, sir. Net worth is asset minus liability.
Yes.
Generally, we leave the net worth to the next generation. What do we need? This is generally what we give to the next generation. But what we need to give to the next generation? It's asset, not net worth. So, for example, I have a business of 50 crores turnover and 10 crores asset value, and 5 crores is the liability of the business. My son has to work another 5-6 years to repay that debt to enjoy the real profit of that business, more profit. Generally, we need to cancel the liability before we transfer the total net worth to the next generation. That is possible. When you are alive only, you need to work with us to do that.
So net worth is less liability, only then you come to a net worth.
We need to cancel the liability before we pass on to the and we need to put a plan.
But if there are liabilities, what are you going to do?
No, but then how do you come to a net worth without liability deducting the liability?
No, if it is a,
You pay before you transfer is what is telling.
So we are transferring the net worth.
They're not transferring the asset.
You're transferring the
without cancelling, we need to put a plan for the liability to cancel before transferring that. When you are alive, you need to do
It's
that.
the same thing what I'm telling you. When you transfer a net worth, you can transfer a net worth only if you are positive your liabilities are deducted.
Correct.
Otherwise, what will you transfer if you have a liability?
Okay, good. Okay.
is
No,
trying to say
understand.
is,
Say for example, this is a 10 crores.
instead of my son clearing the debt,
Yeah,
I
I
will
clearly
clear
can transfer
the
the
debt.
net worth.
and
Finish.
then
That
the
is how come
asset,
the net worth.
that much liability is gone. And it's
Yes.
It's the
going to get
same thing.
Yeah.
Yes,
Net
say
worth
for
means
example, 10
less
crores worth
liability.
of property I have, 5 crores worth of liability I have. Generally, what do we pass? When we pass the 5 crores. Asset minus liability.
Yeah.
So when we are alive only, we need to give instructions or we need to clear off this liability. When we are alive only, we need to clear it off or else we need to put a strategy in place how to clear off this liability. Generally, we don't do that.
Sandeep ji, you have 5 minutes more.
Yes. And this asset liability cancellation doesn't take much. If you have 100 rupees, it will cost you just 24 paisa.
What do you pay? Only 24 paisa is my liability.
Now, if you have 100 rupees as a liability, it will cost you only 24 paisa to get rid of.
Means
How?
This is
I didn't get this.
How?
What is this?
Non-individual.
Yes.
Okay.
How?
Can you explain?
That's why how I.
Buy a term insurance, close at 5 crores,
That's right.
get 24%, 24 paisa is the cost of that.
Term insurance.
5 crores, the cost of the term insurance is just 24. Term insurance is used to do the liability cancellation.
Just before,
That is after you die, you get the money, right? Whatever the liability is. Term
It's a
insurance
estate
is only
planning
after
is
you die.
estate planning is
that
transferring
makes
the wealth.
sense.
Term insurance is only after you
When
die.
you know
You
you're
get that.
going to die, take one insurance.
They will not give you.
Non-individual, how will get that?
If you die or if you have a disease or something, they will not give you a term
That is
insurance.
for individual actually.
Yes.
Non-individual, how will do the term?
Shall I answer that?
Yeah, definitely.
Privately I'll answer. I have only 3 minutes left. After this I'll answer.
No, for all of us.
Yeah, here is an answer, no problem.
No, we'll take it in Q&A.
Yes. See,
Yeah.
generally we pass, the structure how we put is very important. I know you are the corporate head for your family office. Treasurer, yeah.
Leave aside
Yes.
money.
So how it works is generally we move the structure is important. How we handle all the assets. We move all these assets under the trust. All your assets will move in the trust. The trust can
Term insurance,
trust can get it. Trust can get it.
Term insurance.
Trust can get it.
Term insurance.
I'm an actuary. You will get it. Okay. This is estate planning. In this, you will get it. You will get it. I have done it. So this is.
that is why.
Term
Term
insurance
insurance
for
is
trust,
after
yeah.
the person, I mean, direct annual term insurance money will get.
You will get it. Sir. You will
I
get it.
don't have money, they don't get it.
See, this estate planning, it is not a one person's job. Generally, to do the estate planning, it depends upon your wealth and the size of your wishes. Anywhere between 5 people to 80 people handles your assets. Even the nutritionist, career coach for your kids, everyone will be here. The estate lawyer, tax planner, risk planner, corporate finance planner, estate planner, asset manager, list goes on. It's a team work. It cannot be done with the one person. And nowadays, the asset restructuring is also heard a lot. Even if you have 20 crores, 30 crores as a corporate profit, legally I can make that into zero or negligible
How?
with a cross-border transaction.
What is that?
Cross-border.
Cross-border transactions.
Tax savings.
Take it offline, take it offline.
That is a private placement we call. We call that as a private placement. With that private placement structure, I can take it off. Nobody wants to invest, but everyone wants to save that.
Not clear how you can do it. No.
I'll do it.
No, we will discuss later.
Yeah. Okay. So I authored 4 financial books. One is financial planning book, the investment guide for entrepreneurs, and terrifying tax trap strategies, and how the rich use life insurance as a plan B and add economic stability. I'm trained by the Spain actuarian, and all the book profit goes to Rotary. Setting up smooth estate planning isn't as odd as you might think. Estate planning is an important and everlasting gift you can give to your family. Thank you.
There's a Q&A, no?
Including Q&A. So we can offline discussion after the meeting.
How much?
Offline discussion.
So let's have a big round of applause to an engineer. I know how to do engineering, but I'm zero on finance. In fact, in my old company, Tyco, they brought some financial analysts to tell us how to save tax. But this is something which I never heard so far. Thank you for enlightening me and others. Lot of discussion happened. That shows that how much less we know about this topic. It is very relevant for all of us. We can discuss after this as well to get a glimpse of what we discussed, just to take away a message from what I noted down. So, asset rich, liquid poor. One of my relative in Yellapur, they have about 50 acres of land, but they have hardly any money. They depend on children there in Bangalore for the monthly. They want to buy a car, they have no money. So I agree, asset rich, a lot of land, nothing to spend, depend on somebody else, is not good.
But they don't want to sell it.
They don't want to sell because they want to give to children. They think that their emotion is coming from their parents or grandparents. They say, I don't want to sell. Very good, sir. Secondly, inheritance and succession, the difference of that. Inheritance is transfer of assets. Succession is transfer of power. Well said, sir. And the example of father and 2 sons, a very good example you shared. I like this statement, karma equal to whatever good deeds you do will come back to you. I believe the life is like an ocean. Without something to ocean, it will come back. It will never keep it with us. But nature is something give us 100 times back. If I do good things, I'll get 100 times good. If I do not good things, it will come back to me. My karma is my karma. It will not go to my family. So very good note, sir, on that. And intentions are important. So it is said that Sadhguru also tells, I may do something, but my intention is good. So there is a small story what this says. A robber wanted to steal. He puts knife and kills a person robs money. A doctor, while operating on the table, uses a knife. Unfortunately, the person dies. In both cases, the person has died. But intention of doctor is to save the patient. So intention is very, very important. So thank you for sharing that. And term insurance, I know that a lot of discussion, we need to discuss more. Let's give a round of applause to Toastmasters. Now we should have a little more fun.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Toastmasters meeting is where we learn, we become more comfortable here. Also, we need to challenge ourselves on a topic given to me, which maybe I have not have spoken. Standing here, thinking, and also speaking should happen at the same time, which is not easy. It is said that when I stand, typically the mind goes blank if I'm not prepared. So today, to challenge ourselves, we'll have a fun session. To conduct this, we have our past president and Rotarian, very, very helping to our club. Let's welcome Toastmaster Rashmi B.
You're feeling cold? You want?
Hi everyone. We had a lot of discussions when Mr. Sandeep talked.
Yeah.
I think that was really good. Now we'll get back into talking impromptu. And I'm going to try to keep the same topic, keep the flames going, right? Keep the flames alive. I think we are all used to as Indians that temples have had flames literally for 6 months, 8 months, we've been hearing that. And if you take Olympics, the torch is kept alive. We're used to the concept. But let's take some realistic scenarios and talk about some impromptu stuff, how people can handle it. That is where I'm going with it. The first one would be attracting volunteers is a big, big step for any voluntary organization. If we want to take that up as a topic, how do we keep a flame alive in such an organization? I would like to call upon Roshni.
Minimum 1 minute. I would need to restate the question again.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yes, please come on.
Time
I would need to
Yeah.
listen to the question.
Allotted is?
You get that much time.
Yeah. Time allotted is?
I think you can start with somebody else. I'll listen to the question again.
Okay.
I missed out
1
the
to 2
question.
minutes. Okay. It's just if you take a voluntary organization,
Okay.
how would you keep the volunteers' flame alive?
Very short time.
Yes.
How do you keep the flame alive of volunteers, of organization filled with volunteers? Psychologically, there are many great experts who state that nothing can change unless one decides to change. Having worked even with rehabilitation centers dealing with dysfunctional families, drug addicts, low performers, depressed souls, I realized it is true to its state. Having said that, we still run organizations with people with these portions of mind. Creating a scenario with learning through simulation technique, what you call as role plays, creates flamboyant ways where you can motivate the demotivated souls. Exceptional study, a story of mine, I would like to bring to the table. Number one, I lost my father when I was in 12th grade. I had no vision. My mom had no money to even pay my college fees. I did not know what to do, honestly. I was already demotivated. The term goal never existed, so the flare was down. Is my time up?
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Okay. So I later lost my brother. I was also dumped by a man with a relationship I had for around 7 years. Why do I state that? I still kept that limelight going. And how did it happen? When you come in life to any path, you meet these crossroads. You have only two ways, to rise or to fall. And it is your decision to rise or to fall. Applying the theory to the motivation, you can still motivate it, the demotivated, with learning through simulation technique psychologically. I think this is something which was not expected.
This is a
Yeah.
big performance.
Yes,
Big
huge
performance.
performance. Thank you so much. Just to shortly
Yeah.
say, I'm a public
Yes,
speaker
time,
also.
no?
Yeah.
Very good. Difficult. For the benefit of a table topic session, the speaker will be having 1 to 2 minutes. At the end of 1 minute, I will be showing a green card. At the end of 1.5 minutes, I will be showing an yellow card. At the end of 2 minutes, I will be showing a red card. You will have additional 30 seconds to wind up after the red card is visible. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I have to really, I think another huge round of applause. I think all of us are volunteers here. We are all motivated already. Thank you. Would you like to come on the stage next? The question for you would be, you are a programmer. Why don't you come up here? I'm sorry, your name? Shashank. Shashank, the question for you is, you are a programmer and due to some silly mistake, the entire south part of India, the power is out. It took 4 days to bring it up and everyone in the company doesn't want to see your face. How do you keep the flame up when going and bring back yourself?
I was the cause for
That's what everyone thinks and that's what, at this situation, yes.
so there's something off the topic for me. So, yeah, definitely be it in any space, like any sphere of our life, we all come across various challenges and roadblocks. So we need to think out of the box, take a step back, think what could be the root cause and who are the key team players who will be supporting at that environment, like make the environment more conducive to find more solutions and firefight and cool things off. So this could be one of the ideal way to come out of any roadblocks, is what I feel. So keep it short.
But it was a tough question. Good.
Wonderful answer. Thank you so much. One more question. Okay. This is the guest. Anand. Anand, would you like to come up this stage, please? Yes. You are the pilot of an aircraft, and the aircraft is hijacked. How would you keep the flame up and going in this situation?
I'll also need a few seconds to get my thoughts together for this. Being a pilot and getting myself hijacked and keeping the flame going.
That'll keep the flame alive.
IC-814 was hijacked and taken to Kandahar, and that was one of the most dirtiest part of the Indian history that happened. And it also so happens that our charter member was a part of the hijacked plane. He was one of these things. He's also written. So he's also written a book on how to keep the flame going. So you have these hijackers who just keep throwing your guns at you and saying, we're going to get you off. And you can also go back saying that don't worry, mate, not your gun, it's your people that you're looking for. That's what's going to keep us alive. So the Indian government is working on it, and you will have what you need. And keep it short. Don't show me your guns. Go have a cup of coffee and come back later when you still feel that you've not got what you want. That's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is you have the people act absolutely stunned when you have the hijackers there. You go back saying that these guys are there. They're just there for some this thing. Leave the girls and the ladies out. Try and motivate them to why the woman should be left out. Once a few of them goes out, their flames go up and keep running. And then if they are allowed out, and it's the turn of the much older people to get their chance to go out again. So keep the hope alive, and the flame will be alive as such. Thank you.
I think with this, I will probably stop end this table topics session for now, and I'll hand over the session.
What I liked the table topic session was you explained the context. So we all knew what is that we want to talk. It's much easier, and believe me, it's not that easy as to stand here. I have to speak, I have to think, and I have to speak logically. And there's so many eyes piercing me. I'm so aware that people are judging me. So all this we overcome by regular practice. And believe me, this helps in our life, not only personal life, corporate life, everywhere. Because you meet someone, what you talk. Right? So this will definitely help. Thank you so much, Rashmiji, for this wonderful session. Finally, to close the meeting for today, we had a very interesting meeting. Thanks for coming in, enriching your knowledge on finance. Thanks for the installation of the new committee today. And to close this meeting, let me welcome the President, Toastmasters Ekaji.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramdas for this stupendous session you conducted. You have given your feedback also. That is, a lot of people missed out maybe. He conducted feedback session also. He has given the general evaluator feedback in between regarding the speech. That is very good. I mean, impromptu. He has the presence of mind. So give a big round of applause for Toastmaster. As Mr. Anand said that we need to keep our dream alive, then we can keep the flame alive. So definitely we'll do that. We'll keep the flame alive with the help of all the seasoned Toastmaster. We can see a lot of DTM, distinguished Toastmaster here. So with the help of them, definitely we'll keep the flame alive. It's a full team promise to all the Toastmaster and guests present here. With this promise, I'm adjourning the meeting number 194 of NITK Toastmaster Club.
Postpone.
Yeah. Select